The next step is there are additional methods available, or with the find method is to limit the data which needs to be returned. For example, you can specify after find how many items that needs to be returned. For example, you can specify only 5 items needs to be returned. And there is another method which is called skip. So skip first specified number of documents, so let's say skip 2. So I think like individually these two items can be confusing in which scenario they can be used, but if you try to use them together, this can be a good these two methods can be used to implement pagination in a tables. For example, let's say if you are on page 1 and you know that on your first page only 12 items are or let's say 10 items are shown, then you can execute the query db.students.find.limit10. So what it will do is it will return you first 10 items and you can display it on the interface. But let's say if you are on page 2, what you can do is that you can still limit the user query to be 10, but you can skip first 10 items. This way you know that if you are on page 2 you can skip 10 items, if you are on page 3 you can skip 20 items. So this way if you use these two methods in a kind of together, you can achieve this pagination functionality easily. Additionally, there is a sorting method available. If you want to sort, you can sort ascending by specifying, for example, one. What, for example, if you take the first example, db.student.find.sort group 1. What this method will do is that it will return the documents and sort them in an ascending order based on the attribute group. And then of course you can apply multiple ascending orders also. First you should sort on group, but then after that you should sort on a program in a descending order. So for example, what it will do is first it will group it will order all the data based on group, and then if the groups is same, then what it will do is then it will order in a descending style based on the program field. So this way you can sort your data. And now with this, for example, what we are going to do is we are going to create an endpoint which will show us all the students and of the students collection. And then all we need to do is we don't want attribute ID, and then we will sort them based on group and program IDs. Now we are going to get the code from our presentation. This is one, and then we can directly put it in our server. So okay, this should not be there, and then we format it. So now this is our endpoint which will show the students collection. So here we are specifying the students collection, not the collection which is users. And then we want to find all the students. There is no criteria which has been provided, but we added a projection. So you can see there is a bit of difference between how you do or how you specify the projection in, let's say, in this MongoDB shell. For example, in the shell, the projection needs to be added in the find command with comma. This is the projection how you add. But in MongoDB, but in Node and Express, there is a method available which is called project, and then in this project you will specify the criteria which needs to be, or the list of fields that needs to be run. So there might be a minor difference between the usage of the fields or the functions in MongoDB shell and the Node.js or Node Express package. So but the concept remains the same. All you need to do is check the syntax in which the server is accepting the specific concept. For example, we have project here which is a bit different. It is not within find. So we have sort. So we first sort by group and then by program, and then at the end we just convert the whole JSON object to array and return this whole item. So if we save this and we go here, okay, so we have an item students. Okay, if you try to execute it, you see that all the student names has been returned and they are sorted based on group. So should be group 1 and then group 1, 1, 2. So these are sorted, and then after group 1 they are sorted in a descending order based on program. I think this can only be seen in group 3. For example, group 3 we have AI and ISC students, so if it is descending order, the first ISC should come. So group 2 finishes here. Yes, so this is group 3. So as you can see there, Tamanna is first, which is ISC CE, and then Julia and Constance. Let's say if we reverse the order, so we say is also 1, save it, and then if we redo it, and then we will see that in group 3 Julia is first, and then Constance, and then Tamanna. We can also apply another, for example, we can sort by name also and make it 1 ascending, and then if we try to execute this, now we will see that everything has been ordered. For example, even in the group 1, Saidi Marzi is not at the first location now. Mengfeng is first, which with M, S, and then Shoaib, and then, so as you can see, so since program is the same for all, the group is same for all, and then the last third one is used as a kind of third level of sorting, which is based on name. So similarly, you can apply multiple level of sorting in this using this sort method. So with this we have our reading. So there is also, I created another read function. So for example, I created this read function to see the list of all the users. So maybe we can also add it here. So it's simple function which gets all the items in a users collection and then sort them based on name and send them to the interface. So for example, if we see read, we see that okay, based on the name. So since we had a name, that's why, yeah, these are, for example, name Amr, name Arham, Kelly, student 2, and these are all the student which has been named. Since this field does not have a kind of attribute name, so it is kind of ignored and it is shown at the first. So let's say if we add another, let's copy this, and then we add insert, we add with the someone with the name Z, let's say Z Zhang. So we added a person with the name Zhang, and then if we try to read it, that person should be at the last. So it's a kind of sorted in an ascending order. This way we have two read function or two methods which are using find to show data from two different collections to the interface. And now in the next video we are going to discuss both update and the delete functionalities operators provided by MongoDB.